Introduction to the Class, Part 2. So all the lectures are up on my YouTube channel. If you're listening to my voice, I suppose you've found it. Topics in terms of units in the Clank book are listed on the schedule below. So you should keep pace with or ahead of the dates for the lectures listed there. The most important dates are those for the exams and quizzes. The lectures, as I said in Part 1, will assume you will have already read the unit that is the topic of the lecture. What I mean when I say you should keep pace with or ahead of the dates for the lectures. So again, the schedule is the most important part. So I've got dates here, which are the dates we're supposed to be having class, right? Monday and Wednesday, 7 to 8:15. But of course, we're online for the entire semester. So these dates, right, all the lectures will be online, all the units will be up pretty quickly. So you can, to an extent, go at your own pace, right? But make sure you're keeping up with the schedule as listed here, right? Don't be falling behind so much that before the exams and the quizzes you have to cram it all in at the last minute. You're of course welcome and encouraged to run ahead of the schedule. That's fine. But the only real dates which you need to take a good note of are the dates for the quizzes and the exams, right? So be warned that pretty soon, Wednesday, September 2nd, you have your first quiz, right? And so you've got the dates. This is the readings or topics. I'll be doing Unit 1, Unit 2, so on and so forth. And then on this third column, the one you have to pay most attention to, tells you if you've got a quiz or an exam on this date. So Wednesday, September 2, you have a quiz. That's your first assessment. That's 12 points of a total of 540 points, as I'll explain in a moment. Another quiz on September 21, and be very warned, there is the first exam on Wednesday, September 3. As I'll be explaining in a moment, the quizzes, you can sort of bomb a quiz and still survive the course, but you cannot bomb an exam and survive the course. The quizzes are worth 12 points each. The exams are worth 160 points, 160 points each. And the grades for this course are entirely by the numbers. So if you fail an exam, it's hard to recover to get any decent grade, even maybe a passing grade. So make sure you keep up enough, certainly so that you can handle, so that you've done Unit 6 and you can do the exercises in the back of the chapters for all these units. I will also be sending out a practice exam before each exam, so you'll have a practice exam 1, which you'll be able to look at and go through, and I'll go through it too. I'll do a lecture on that. And the practice exam will be very much like the actual exam. It will have the same point breakdown per section as the real exam, and it will have the same kind of questions that you'll be facing on the real exam. So make sure you have read all the units, can do all the problems, and can do the practice exam before your first exam. So the only times that really matter a lot are the times of the quizzes and the exams, right? And they will be done via email. All the quizzes and exams, I will send you an email with the quiz or exam at the time specified here. So 8 p.m. on Wednesday, September 2nd, you'll be getting an email from me with the quiz, and you have to send it back to me within 15 minutes. Okay, you'll be able to do it on your computers. Same with the exams. More instructions for that will follow around the time. For the exams, I'll be sending it at 7 p.m. First one, Wednesday, September 23, and you need to send it back to me by 8:30 p.m. Okay, quiz 3, exam 2, so on and so forth. The final exam, the last absolutely necessary exam, as I'll explain, it's Monday, September 30, exam 3, and then there's the optional exam 4 or final exam on December 14th. I'll explain what I mean by optional in a moment. So those are the dates that really matter. These other dates you should keep up to something like that schedule, but because all the lectures will be online, you don't have to stick exactly to the schedule, right, you can go ahead. You can, just make sure you don't let it all cram up. Let there be a guide to you. But there's no need for you to just watch these the lectures for Unit 3 or all the lectures for Unit 3 on that specific date or anything like that. The only dates and times that are set in stone are the ones in this third column. Okay. All right. So that's the lectures. This is me, the instructor. Talked about the exercises. Quizzes will be 10 minutes, well, 15 minutes, because I'll give you a few minutes to receive it and upload it. So as you saw in the schedule, it's actually 15 minutes. You send the quizzes at exactly 8 p.m. Must return at 8:15. They're 12 points each for the quizzes, and there's 5 of them, so it's a total of 60 points. The exams, 160 points each. There are 3 exams which you absolutely have to take. You should read this, just talks about how it's cumulative, right? The exams are on the unit specified. So the first exam, just on units 1 to 6, second exam on units 7 to 9. The second exam is only on units 7 to 9, but what I mean by cumulative here is that you won't understand what's covered in units 7 to 9 unless you already understand pretty well what's in the previous units. The first 2 exams are on sentential logic. Units 1 to 9, units 1 through 9 of the book are on sentential logic, and units 10 to 16, that's the topic of the third exam, those are on quantificational logic or predicate logic, 2 names of the same thing. You're introduced a little bit into what they are in the first unit. Okay, 4th hour exam, this is offered during the final exam period and plays a special role. Okay, you don't have to take the 4th exam, so you can take the first 3 exams and the 5 quizzes, and that's the only assessment you absolutely have to take to pass. But as explained here, you cannot. The highest grade you can get if you do that is an A-. The 4th exam you have to take if you want to get an A. So there are various conditions, several conditions you have to satisfy to get an A for the course. You have to take the 4th exam, which is actually out of 100. It's on units 17 and 18, right? You have to take this last exam if you want to get an A. You need to get at least 75 out of 100, and you need your overall percentage to be 92.4% or more to get an actual A in the course. Right? But if you're satisfied with your grade after the first 3 exams, whatever your percentage is, say it's an 85, which would be a B, you can walk away from the course, and that's the grade you'll get. Okay? So you don't have to take the 4th exam. Basically, you should only take the 4th exam if you're within shot of an A, right? Do units 17 and 18. If you better calculate the points you have at that time, and if it works out that if you get 100 out of 100 for the 4th exam, if your overall score there would get you an A, so you'd be over 92.4% overall. If you ace the 4th exam, then you should go for it and take the 4th exam. But if not, you should probably not bother, because you can't get a anyway. What you could do is take a final exam, which is what you want to do if you want to try and bump up your grade. Say you've got 82.35, I think it's 82.4 or 82.5 is over, so you're close to 82.5, you're just under it. If you take a 4th exam, not a 4th, if you take the final exam, which is on units 1 to 16, if you take the final exam, you could bump up your grade, right? All right, I'll continue in part 3.